What's going on, guys? Welcome in. Beers Daily Fantasy Six-Pack Wednesday, NBA Edition Fantasy Bar. Open for business, ready to rock, and pouring six guys fresh off the tap for you here over there on FanDuel. Now, looking at tonight's slate, lots of studs. Pretty much every stud is in action tonight. From Westbrook, Harden's, Durant's, LeBron's, Anthony Davis. There's a lot of big names going here tonight. DeMarcus Cousins. So what we want to do, we want to identify some value here that's going to allow you to get some of those studs. So that's what we've done. Identified some of my favorite value plays. We'll end with the beast of the night, the stud I think you got to pay up for the most here tonight. And if anything changes, don't forget we record these early in the morning. If anything changes throughout the day, come on back. I'll make the adjustments in the comment section. You can check on Twitter. So we're guessing with some of the injuries here, but I really like the value on some of these guys. So let's get started. At the shooting guard position, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 4,800. Oh, KCP, now you know me. I love to play guys that are going to play a lot of minutes, and that's what he gives you. 34, 35, 40, and 42 minutes over the last four games. And production been pretty steady. Mostly mid-20s, got a high 30s in there, so we know the upside's there. But in cash games gives you that nice floor. And the Knicks have really struggled against the shooting guard position. As you can see, one of the worst teams in the league. If KCP can continue to hit value on this number at 4,800 and continue to play mid-30s minutes, he's a guy I'm going to continue to slide into lineups. Love the matchup for him. Love the value on him. Nice price at just 4,800. All right, let's go to the power forward position. We're going to go with Mike Muscala of the Hawks, just 4,000. Now, here's one of the guys I spoke about in the intro. I'm expecting Dwight Howard to sit in this game, and if so, Muscala steps into the starting lineup. That's obviously going to be a big boost to his production. Been pretty steady no matter what, starting or not. Even in the limited minutes that he's played, has generally produced somewhere right around 20 fantasy points. So if he gets a starting nod tonight, if Howard does sit, got to pencil him in for 25, 30 fantasy points. That's 6, 7, potentially 8 times value on his salary. So keep an eye on this news. If anything changes, we will come back and make the adjustments. But Milwaukee has always struggled with big men, no different this season. So if he's playing power forward, if he's playing center, doesn't really matter. Mike Muscala, if he's in that starting lineup, 4K, just too hard to ignore. Lock him in, move on, figure out which stud you want to roster with that leftover money. All right, let's continue on the value train here at center. Aaron Baines, just 3,700. Now here's another one. And again, if we have to make adjustments, if Andre Drummond is starting, hey, we'll come back and we'll make set adjustments. But Baines is a guy that Van Gundy really likes, and he's always trying to get him on the court more. So I don't think last game was an aberration. So 34 minutes, 20 and 8 in that game. Not the greatest matchup here with Joakim Noah, but still a guy that's going to play mid-30s minutes at almost min salary. No-brainer here. If you can get him in there, your cash games, lock him in, move on. Again, a lot of studs in play tonight. So he's the guy. You can plug in, you can clear up some salary here. Main roster 2 studs, getting a guy like him and Muscala in your lineup. So let's keep an eye on the injury news. Again, anything hits, I'll make the adjustments. If he's starting, no-brainer. Lock him in, move on. Aaron Baines, great value there for Detroit at just 3,700. All right, to the small forward position in the mid-range, Harrison Barnes, just 6,000. Now, what I love to do is look at the two big sites here in the pricing, and when you look on DraftKings, Harrison Barnes is probably priced where he should be compared to on FanDuel, just 6,000. The price just does not seem to change on this guy, so I'm going to continue to buy him. I haven't been the biggest Harrison Barnes fan in my life. If you've known me, you've watched my videos, you've seen any shows, you know I'm not a huge believer in this guy, but he's another guy playing huge minutes for this Dallas team, dealing with a lot of injuries. I don't expect Nowitzki back tonight, so that puts more of the scoring on his plate and just gives you such big upside. If he was 7K on FanDuel, I'm thinking about it, but 6,000, a lot of room for profit in that price. So he's already shown he can do 7, 8 times value on that number. Why not throw him in, especially in a game like tonight against Boston? Should be an up and down game, and they've struggled with small forwards. Jay Crowder, good defender, he's been dealing with injuries, so it's shown in the production, have not been able to hold small forwards down. So love targeting this game. The price too hard to ignore. Harrison Barnes, just 6,000. Great value on him tonight. All right, let's stay in that same game on the Boston side at point guard. Marcus Smart, 5,700. Now we're going back to the well on Marcus Smart. In 2 of the last 3 games been great. It did have a dud in there, but it's going to continue to play big minutes for this team. With no Crowder, no Al Horford, Marcus Smart can play 3 different positions, and that's what's keeping him on the court. Another guy going to play a ton of minutes, is going to do a little bit of everything for you. He's going to score, going to get you rebounds, always good for a couple steals, assists. So you're getting that all-around production. It gives him a nice floor. It also gives him that great ceiling that we look for in tournaments. And again, this is one of the games I'm targeting on the slate where you can really build a nice game stack, save some money with guys like Barnes, Barea, Smart, all cheaper than they probably should be, still going to allow you to load up elsewhere. So again, you had that one dud in there, but averaging almost 30 fantasy points a game over the last three, 5,700. Very, very tough for me to ignore that price and that production. Marcus Smart, great option tonight, just 5,700. All right, we gave you a lot of value, a lot of mid-range. Let's pay up here for a stud in our beast of the night. All right, beast time. And we mentioned in the opening, lots of studs to choose from. And with some of this value, you can probably get two of them. But if you can only fit one, the one guy I'm paying up for tonight, shooting guard, James Harden, 11,500. Now, you can make a case for almost anybody tonight in this high-end range, but it's always a question that's tough to answer is which studs do you want? To me, Harden's the guy. I mean, just been a rock of consistency this season. Pretty much 50 fantasy points, you can lock it in. Averaging 58 fantasy points a game against Oklahoma City over the last six. 41, 4, and 9 in the last game. 24, 7, and 16. 33, 7, and 7. 37, 5, and 3. 41, 6 and 6, 31, 9 and 10. So just dominates this team each and every time out. So gives you that 50-point floor, gives you a 70, 75-point ceiling, and it's just been locked in right now. So James Harden, you get the revenge as well. Don't forget that. All you narrative guys out there going back to OKC. But this should be a fun one. If you can fit Harden and Westbrook in a lineup together, which I think you can with a lot of this value out there, I think that's a great pairing tonight. But James Harden, definitely the one guy I'm paying up. Guy I want, my favorite play on the board, and tonight's beast of the night. All right, guys, that'll do it for Wednesday. Any questions, please, comment section. Reach out and follow me on Twitter at BeerMakersFan. And don't forget to subscribe, RotoGrinders YouTube channel. Lots of great videos, basketball, hockey, football, lots going on right now. So makes life easy on you. Just hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy the six-pack, you like the Fantasy Bar, do me a favor. On our YouTube page, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, guys. Remember, anything changes, I'll be on top of it. I'll make the adjustments, but let's hope this value sticks. We can load up on a Stars and Scrubs night. It's looking like that kind of night, but should be a fun Wednesday night in the NBA. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut. Best of luck tonight, guys. We'll be back on Friday with more NBA. We'll see you.